All right, today we are diving deep into the universe of Pacifica. And let me tell you, this world is massive. We're talking about soldiers in high-tech, samurai-style armor fighting against literal undead armies. And that's just scratching the surface. This is a story that spans 1,000,000 years of insane warfare, wild evolution, and first contact with all sorts of alien life. So how in the world are we going to tackle a universe this big? Well, first, we're going to drop you right into the middle of the action. Then we'll rewind the clock to see how our world fell apart in the first place. We'll meet the key empires, their zombie soldiers, and their invisible spies. After that, we'll zoom out to see the war on two fronts, on Earth and way out in the stars. And finally, we'll look ahead to the absolutely mind-bending, million-year future this whole story is building towards.
Okay, let's just jump right in. I think the best way to really get a feel for this universe is to throw you straight into the chaos. We're talking about a full-scale interstellar war happening right now.
So I want you to picture this. Up in orbit, you've got these massive fleets of starships just hammering each other with weapons fire. Down on the planet below, soldiers are decked out in this incredible samurai-style power armor, trying desperately to hold the line against swarms of the undead. Yep, you heard me right. An entire army of reanimated super soldiers, all controlled by a ruthless empire built on some seriously twisted ideas.
So yeah, welcome to the year 2173. It's not exactly a peaceful time. This is a brutal, galaxy-spanning war that could literally wipe out what's left of humanity. But the big question is, how did we get to this point? To figure that out, we have to go back. We have to see how the old world died.
Okay, so let's get into the backstory. How did this completely fractured future come to be? Well, it all starts with the total collapse of the world as we know it.
The main takeaway here is pretty simple and pretty grim. A devastating World War III completely shattered everything. The old world order, gone. The United States, it totally collapsed. And what came next was just decades of famine, disease, and a horrifyingly brutal civil war. And all that chaos didn't just redraw the map of North America, it literally forged new and very, very dangerous empires from the ashes. So, who's actually running the show now? Let's meet the major powers who are fighting tooth and nail for control of this new world. Out of all that chaos, 4 dominant factions managed to claw their way to the top. First up, you've got the Athenian Empire, a huge, expansionist power pushing up from the south. Then there's Greater America, which is basically what's left of the old US government, now in a pretty shaky alliance with Russia. Down in the former southern states, the terrifying Imperial Americana has risen, a nation built on a violent ideology of racial purity and genocide. And finally, out west, you have the independent Chicano nation of Aztlan, fighting to preserve its culture and sovereignty. Each one has a totally different vision for the future, and believe me, they are all willing to kill for it. And this is where the technology in this universe gets really unique and incredibly brutal. For example, Imperial Americana has a policy that its soldiers never truly die. They use a process they actually call Nazi zombie-zontization, where they revive their wounded as undead super soldiers. We're talking entire legions of zombies, all commanded by their elite SSS officers. It's something else.
And oh, it does not stop with zombies. No way. This world is just packed with bizarre, deadly creations. You've got cybernetic attack dogs with gun turrets mounted right on their backs. You've got 4 genetically engineered super soldiers who act as an emperor's personal executioners. And then you have spies using electromagnetic stealth suits that literally make them invisible. The tech is just off the charts. But this war isn't just some regional conflict for control of North America. The battle for humanity's future is being fought on multiple fronts, from the deepest jungles on Earth to the farthest reaches of space. Down on Earth, the fighting is raw, it's gritty, it's primal. A lot of it takes place in the ruins of old cities, or in these dangerous, reclaimed wildernesses, like the Amazon rainforest. And out in these wild places, soldiers have to worry about a lot more than just enemy patrols. In the Amazon, for instance, entire patrols have gone missing. They weren't hunted by other humans, but by these unknown, man-eating reptilian creatures that are just stalking them through the jungle. Absolutely terrifying. But at the exact same time all of that is happening, humanity is fighting a completely different kind of war among the stars. Humankind has colonies on Mars and military outposts in distant star systems like Beta Centauri.
And up there, the war is all about advanced technology.
You've got these massive fleets of starships using faster-than-light jump drives to stage surprise attacks across the vast emptiness of space. They're battling for control of vital trade routes and crucial off-world colonies.
So you have this really stark contrast right at the heart of the conflict. On Earth, it's a desperate, bloody struggle for survival against both human enemies and literal monsters. But in space, it's a high-tech, strategic war for dominance over the entire solar system and beyond.
And all of this brings us to the true, mind-bending scale of the Pacifica saga. Because this story extends far, far beyond this one war, and into a future that we can barely even imagine.
Okay, get this. The timeline of this universe spans 1 million years. It tracks humanity's evolution from a warring species on a shattered planet through first contact and the formation of galactic federations, all the way to a distant future where humans have evolved into godlike beings with over 2,000 chromosomes and the ability to shift through time itself. It is epic on a whole other level.
And throughout this epic history, humanity isn't just fighting itself. We make contact with dozens of unique alien species. Everything from ancient godlike races who exist outside of space-time to aggressive warrior empires, pre-industrial societies, and even vast galactic federations. It's a very crowded galaxy out there.
And that leaves you with one final big thought. In a timeline that covers the rise and fall of galactic empires, the invention of time travel, and the literal evolution of a species into gods, what is the ultimate weight, the true meaning of a single human war? Makes you think, doesn't it?